Martell Holt's latest move on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, has sent shockwaves through fans and the cast alike. The headline is bold, almost audacious: Martell wants Arionne Curry on the show, or he will walk away. From the very beginning, this demand exposes the type of man Martell has always been, a man who manipulates situations to serve his own narrative, regardless of the people he hurts along the way. After all the lies, cheating, betrayals, and courtroom battles that have been public over the years, Martell's request is not only unexpected, it is shocking. The audacity of thinking that Arionne, the woman who has been at the center of so much pain, deserves a seat at the table is extraordinary. It is a move that reflects desperation, entitlement, and a lack of awareness of the damage he has caused. Fans have watched as Melody Shari carried the weight of their family while Martell created chaos behind the scenes, and now he wants to insert Arionne into the spotlight as if it could erase his past mistakes. Martell's own confession online makes the situation even more alarming. He admitted that a scene he filmed with Melody was a lie, staged for the cameras. This is not just another small deception, this is a calculated admission of manipulation. He manipulated Melody, he manipulated the audience, and he even played with the perception of the court system. This is a pattern seen in narcissistic behavior, the ability to twist reality, play on emotions, and create a false narrative to protect one's own image. Martell pretended to want reconciliation at times, pretended to care for his children at others, all while spinning a story that benefited him. This is not just messy, it is dangerous. Martell weaponizes lies, and the emotional fallout touches everyone around him. Melody's strength, however, has been unwavering. She has consistently protected her children and her own peace, despite Martell's ongoing attempts to disrupt their lives. The risks Martell has taken are not just emotional, they have real-life consequences. While he was staging fake scenes and creating drama for television, he was also risking the health of his wife, Melody. The cold sore rumors involving Arionne Curry are a perfect example of how Martell's reckless choices have endangered those around him. Melody, believing in the sanctity of their marriage and trying to protect her family, was left to face humiliation, betrayal, and heartbreak. She maintained her integrity and her composure, trying to protect her home and her legacy while Martell's actions brought public scrutiny and social media attacks. Even after all these years, Martell does not appear to grasp the magnitude of his mistakes. He continues to operate under the belief that because Melody was successful, loyal, and providing stability, he could manipulate and cheat without consequence. Martell's desire to bring Arionne onto the show is not about fairness or truth. It is about control. He wants to rewrite the narrative, to regain power over a story that he has long since mishandled. Arionne, for her part, has been waiting in the background, always seeking the spotlight, claiming legitimacy, and attempting to insert herself into Martell's world. Her claim to fame is entirely tied to her relationship with Martell, and now he wants to use her to maintain relevance. This is not desperation disguised as courage, it is desperation in its purest form. Martell is willing to risk the integrity of the show, the well-being of his children, and the loyalty of the fans just to feel powerful again. His focus is not on healing, growth, or responsibility, it is on survival and self-preservation. Fans have witnessed this pattern for years. Martell has used Arionne as leverage before, gaslighting both her and Melody while thriving on the chaos he creates. He manipulates, he deceives, and he controls, all while maintaining a public image that is carefully curated to benefit him. His desire to bring Arionne into the official storyline of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, demonstrates the extent to which he clings to power. If producers entertain the idea, it would send a message that chaos and scandal are more important than growth and accountability. The audience, however, has been vocal, clear, and critical. They want authenticity, not the repetition of old drama. They are tired of Martell's games and they are watching closely. The rest of the cast has their own reactions to this unfolding situation. Marcel Scott has often played the role of observer, throwing shade while benefiting from Martell's chaos. Yet, even Marcel sees the danger in Martell's plan because bringing Arionne in would overshadow any genuine storytelling the show might offer. Kimmy Scott and Marie Scott have kept distance, understanding that Martell's actions often end up affecting everyone around him. Destiny Payton, who has maintained a delicate balance between loyalty to Martell and support for Melody, now faces renewed scrutiny. Each cast member is aware that Martell's decisions ripple outward, affecting not only their storylines but also how fans perceive the show. The tension between them, the anticipation of what Martell might do next, and the emotional impact of watching old wounds reopened all contribute to the high-stakes drama surrounding this decision. Arionne Curry herself has always been in the shadows, lurking, waiting, and attempting to capitalize on the drama she helped create. Her public persona has been built entirely on her connection to Martell, and bringing her on the show would only reinforce that. It is a reminder to everyone, including the court system, the cast, and the audience, of the chaos that Martell introduced into Melody's life. Her presence would not add value or insight, it would amplify pain, revive old scandals, and serve as a tool for Martell's self-serving narrative. This situation ties directly into Martell's upcoming court date against Melody. The October 15th court date is a pivotal moment that has fans speculating about custody issues, financial disputes, and boundaries between Martell and Melody. Martell's push to bring Arionne on the show is clearly a strategic move to maintain power and influence before stepping into the courtroom. He hopes to appear in control, to set the tone, and to manipulate perception in his favor. However, this plan is flawed. Every move he makes in public, every attempt to manipulate storylines, only exposes him further. Melody, ever strategic and grounded, has consistently positioned herself as the stable, responsible, and forward-moving party. She presents herself with integrity, and she has the support of the audience who see the stark contrast between her actions and Martell's manipulations. Melody's journey has always been one of resilience and strength. After Martell's betrayal and the public exposure of his affairs, she rebuilt her life and her brand. She has shown growth, maturity, and commitment to her children, while Martell continues to repeat patterns of deceit. The rejection of Martell's plan by the network executives is a powerful statement. It reinforces that the show cannot survive on chaos alone. It signals that growth, authenticity, and responsible storytelling are more valuable than manufactured drama. Melody's continued rise highlights her brilliance, and her potential solo show represents a chance for her to shine without being overshadowed by Martell's reckless choices. Maurice Scott and Kimmy Scott also demonstrate how authenticity resonates with fans. They have shared personal struggles, vulnerabilities, and triumphs that feel real and relatable. Their storylines provide a contrast to Martell's repetitive chaos. When Kimmy opens up about her health, or when Maurice navigates complex family dynamics, viewers see genuine life experiences rather than contrived scandal. This reality amplifies the audience's frustration with Martell's attempts to use Arionne for attention. Real stories, real emotions, and growth are what the fans crave, and Martell's tactics fail to deliver that. The show's production decisions add another layer of complexity. Editing choices, selective storytelling, and the focus on Martell's chaos often leave fans questioning whose narrative is being controlled and why. By repeatedly trying to push Arionne into the spotlight, Martell appears to be attempting to control perception, manipulate sympathy, and regain relevance. However, the fans in the network are increasingly resistant to such tactics. Authenticity is now being rewarded, while recycled drama is being rejected. Every cast member's connection to Martell has been tested by his choices. Marcel and Tisha, for example, have maintained a balance between participating in drama and protecting their own storylines. Maurice and Kimmy have remained grounded despite Martell's manipulations. Destiny Payton has had to carefully navigate her relationship with both Martell and Melody, understanding that one misstep could draw her into public scrutiny. Melody herself has created a path of empowerment, turning past pain into opportunity. She is strategic, prepared, and resilient, ensuring that she is never caught off guard while Martell struggles to maintain relevance. Martell's failure to understand the consequences of his actions is starkly evident. By attempting to leverage Arionne Curry, he risks further damage to his public image, his credibility, and his legal standing. Every attempt to manipulate storylines is a reminder of the chaos he has caused. It serves as evidence, both to the fans and potentially to the court, of his inability to take accountability. Melody's response has always been measured and deliberate, allowing Martell's actions to speak for themselves. His desperation is contrasted with her strength, clarity, and authenticity, which has only reinforced her position as a fan favorite and a central figure on the show. The audience's reaction is another critical factor. Fans on social media have been vocal, critical, and engaged. Twitter threads, Instagram comments, and Facebook groups serve as a reflection of collective opinion, and the consensus is clear: Martell's plan to bring Arionne onto the show is unacceptable. Fans do not want recycled drama, they want accountability, growth, and real-life stories that inspire and connect. The rejection of Arionne is therefore not just about casting choices, it is a reflection of the audience's standards and expectations. The fan's voice has power, and network executives are responding to that. In contrast to Martell, Melody's potential solo show represents everything the audience desires. Her story emphasizes healing, empowerment, entrepreneurship, and family stability. It is grounded in reality, growth, and authenticity, providing viewers with a compelling and inspiring narrative. The contrast between Melody's trajectory and Martell's desperation could not be more stark. Where Melody shows strength and evolution, Martell displays stagnation, manipulation, and repeated patterns of self-serving behavior. His reliance on Arionne only highlights this imbalance. The broader cast also experiences the fallout from Martell's decisions. Marcel Scott, Kimmy Scott, Marie Scott, Destiny Payton, Maurice Scott, Letitia Tasha Scott, and Stormy Steele all navigate the consequences of his actions. Their storylines, their reputations, and their interactions are influenced by Martell's chaos. The ripple effects of his manipulations touch everyone, forcing each cast member to consider how they respond and how they protect their own narrative. The tension between the cast is palpable, and viewers can sense the strain caused by Martell's relentless pursuit of control. Martell's behavior also underscores the danger of unresolved personal issues in a public platform. His attempts to regain relevance and manipulate storylines are symptoms of deeper insecurities and unresolved emotional patterns. This is not just television drama, this is a reflection of the real consequences of betrayal, manipulation, and lack of accountability. Melody's example shows that growth, resilience, and strategic thinking are far more impactful than deception or theatrics. Fans resonate with her because her journey is authentic, relatable, and inspiring. Martell, in contrast, continues to rely on tactics that undermine trust and generate conflict. The upcoming court date on October 15 adds another layer of tension and stakes to the unfolding story. Fans speculate on custody, financial matters, and legal boundaries, and Martell's public moves appear tied to influencing perception before entering the courtroom. This strategic attempt demonstrates his desperation to appear in control while reality shows his vulnerability. Melody, by contrast, continues to present herself as prepared, measured, and grounded. She allows Martell's behavior to reveal itself, rather than intervening unnecessarily. Her strategy demonstrates intelligence, foresight, and emotional maturity.